The heavy burden of the solemn task we must this weekend undertake is increasingly weighing heavily on our souls. My friend and brother, your colleague, South Africa's chief representative in France, une title ke niyayibiza la ngoyilumulimi mangake ngizame yazi plenty potential nisho inkulu lento ngizoyinqamlela mina ngithi he was South Africa's chief representative in France and Monaco. He has already landed back in the country he so immensely loved, which he served with all his intellect and energy, and to which he was wholeheartedly devoted. As he embarks on his final walk back to his final resting place, on the land in which he was born, which provided him his first universe and shaped his consciousness and skills as a freedom fighter, we are aware of the difficult task which fate and the natural course of life has now bestowed on us. Nathi Mthethwa was a household name in South Africa, not for glamour or high office, but for his character. He rose from the impoverished rural village of Kwambonambi, a place denied basic rights, to become a leader of immense capability. His passion for justice, workers' rights, and the cause of the youth was forged in these early experiences of hardship. He was devoted to the cause of the urban working class and the rural poor and peasants, which underlined his deep convictions about the leading role of this strata in the pursuit for freedom and social justice. We met as young activists in KwaZulu-Natal in the ANC Youth League in the late 80s and early 90s. And since then, we forged bonds of friendship and brotherhood that have endured over decades. Even then, his dedication to the struggle was unmatched. In every role he held, from trade unionist to minister and subsequently ambassador, he served with humility, courage, and unwavering integrity. He never complained and consistently sought to serve South Africa. His tenure as ambassador to France reflected his commitment to international solidarity, and he represented our country with dignity, wisdom, and a clear vision for advancing South Africa's interests in a complex global landscape. Ambassador Mthethwa's legacy aligns with a timeless truth captured by Dr. Yusuf Dadoo, that history occasionally produces transformative leaders who leave an indelible stamp on their people. Leaders who provide both the inspiration for a new society as well as the practical means and tools with which to build it. We, the inheritors of Mthethwa's work, can confirm that he gifted us precisely that, a vision for a new and equitable South Africa, and the tools necessary to build it. Ambassador Mthethwa was a fearless and formidable debater and an organic intellectual whose clarity of thought made him indispensable to our movement and society. As the principal author of the ANC's strategy and tactics, he provided a lodestar to our social transformation. In the youth organizations, he would insist on political debates after hours in the regional office in Durban, where we would debate on various topics, including negotiations, the balance of forces, trade unions, and the future of socialism post the Soviet Union, to mention but a few topics. He believed political education was the theory that guided our action. That is why Nyambose was so vital to our quest for political and organizational renewal and building of a new cadre whose conduct and thoughts resonated with the new type of society we are trying to build. Many underestimated his depth. Ambassador Mthethwa was a historian at heart, whose scholarship connected local struggles to global ones. He was a progressive internationalist who championed solidarity from Palestine to Western Sahara. His lectures, including the Oliver Tambo Memorial Lecture in 2015 and the Net Nakasa Memorial Service in New York 2014, revealed a man whose scholarship and insight were admired locally and internationally. Yet, he was also humble, full of warmth, and loved soccer, African jazz, and laughter. His devotion to friends and family was profound. I was privileged to be his best man and part of his Lobola negotiators and see the love he shared with his wife and family. These bonds were forged during difficult days which have endured across decades through both public service and personal milestones. When I resigned from Parliament in 2001, following the ANC Youth League's National Congress in Bloemfontein, he was the one chosen to take my place in Parliament. I had the privilege, as I have said, of being part of his Lobola negotiating team. Seeing him with his wife and family revealed a devotion that extended beyond every part of his life. I was also one of the speakers for his first wedding anniversary as well as 50th birthday. South Africa has lost more than a leader. We have lost an intellectual, a thinker, and a human being who gave his all. He was an extraordinary South African because he loved us so wholeheartedly. Farewell, my brother, Nyambos. Your voice will echo in our memories. Your wisdom will guide us. And your laughter will remind us of the humanity that sustained us in good and difficult times. In the words of O.R. Tambo, whom he admired since his youth days, you were indeed a colossus that was supremely human. Your name will echo across the centuries. Time will never erase your contribution to our struggle. Ambassador Mthethwa was truly a hero of our people, a champion for social justice and advocate for global peace, equality, and justice. He deserves all the accolades with which we have showered him since his impromptu departure, and all the praises which we shall in the coming days and years continue to shower upon him. I would like, as I conclude, to acknowledge our generation and, with your permission, Chair, and just ask them to rise, our generation of leaders of the ANC Youth League, who are seated over here together with our Secretary General, Phoebe Potgieter, our Deputy Secretary General, Themba Kinana. If you could please, we may not longer look like it, but at some stage we were young. Thank you very much.